Question everything and think outside the box. These are the mantras that I tried to ingrain in my students when I was a high school science teacher. In 1962, Thomas Kuhn's questioning led him to write The Structure of Scientific Revolutions, which caused all of us to rethink what we know about scientific progress. Kuhn explains that all disciplines have a unique paradigm, and that scientific progress happens when these paradigms fall apart. I wonder, is computer science education, and more specifically computational thinking education, due for a paradigm shift? In 1980, Seymour Papert published Mindstorms, which made the out-of-the-box argument that computers are useful for more than putting children through their paces. This book laid the groundwork for both constructivist teaching and the field of computational thinking. In 2006, computer scientist Jeanette Wing questioned the types of skills that students will need in the future and published Computational Thinking, which pushed CT out of the computer science box and argued that CT was for everyone. Flowing from Wing's call, 2010, 11, and 12 saw the creation of the first frameworks outlining specific CT skills and dispositions. This kickstarted a flurry of efforts to both teach and research CT. Here we stand, nearly 30 years removed from Papert and 12 years deep in the rapidly formalizing field of CT education. What, if anything, can we say about the paradigm that has guided CT education research thus far? And why does it matter? Based on an extensive literature review of CT education, I would like to quickly propose what I see as the components of the current CT paradigm and explain why I think they matter. Let's dig into what I came to understand after reading way too much CT education literature. In general, I contend that the current paradigm has allowed us to learn quite a bit about how to teach CT, but may not fully support the ideal of CT for everyone. Let's break this up by Kuhn's level of a paradigm. He starts with epistemology, which is academic speak for how we know what we know. On this point, the CT community stands firmly on Piaget and Papert's constructivist shoulders, declaring that children learn by doing. Next, CT is the theoretical child of Papert, Wing, and de Sessa. Conceptually, Brennan and Resnick, ISTE, and CSTA, and a couple others have identified the CT practices with teaching and learning. Regarding appropriate questions, predictably, most work has focused on testing varying approaches to teaching CT or enhancing CS interest and self-efficacy. Tools? While CT's foundational documents characterize the discipline as a set of broadly applicable skills for solving complex problems across a variety of disciplines, the current paradigm uses one tool: programming, usually divorced from subject content, perpetuating the persistent misconception that programming equals CT, a reality that Papert would cheer and to which the CS community likely responds, well, duh. Here, though, is where I have a question. Is a single approach to teaching a supposedly diverse set of interdisciplinary skills a problem? I have to admit, I come at this from the perspective of an escaped teacher who always had his classes bumping up against the borders of tech in the classroom. I am the ideal candidate to jump on the board of the CT education train. But our current track gives me pause for a couple of reasons. First, the grad student education nerd in me has seen the research that has demonstrated what the teacher in me already knew, that the learning process is enhanced by giving students multiple tools to use as they work through the material they are learning. Second, paradigm-guided CT education research to date has shown that integrating CT with subject area content helps students learn both. Third, the researcher in me is concerned that a singular focus on programming might miss a deep dive into the potential benefits of unplugged approaches to CT. It's likely that unplugged CT strategies can both support and complement code-centric CT education. Finally, the perception that programming is the only route to CT sparks memories of tense faculty meetings about bringing new technologies into our classrooms. Those of you who have been in schools know what I mean. So, what now? I would like to humbly stick my toe outside the CT box and suggest the following. First, we need to settle on a core set of CT practices and figure out which of these practices can be taught without computing and those that cannot exist apart from computing. Second, I propose that CT education and research communities question their current trajectory and consider an expansion of the current CT education paradigm to account for and support robust investigations of non-coding approaches to CT education. Wing's ideal of CT for all hangs on the availability of a rich box of CT tools, unplugged tools included. Thank you.